Hello, Fernstar here, and today's video is part 7 of this series. Now, I know this video is a day late. When you don't really have a job at the moment, you sometimes forget to do certain things, like making videos, or updating any of your stories, or talking to anyone, Discord, or whatever, or just napping, I guess. Let's get this started. The dew was set for the next day in your state gardens. You spent the time leading up to it, pacing back and forth in your chambers, wringing your hands in a nervous anticipation. Sorry, I said that wrong. I'm trying my best. Okay, sorry. Somewhere along the way, you decided you needed to do something, anything to support Bill. So you spent hours learning how to embroider a handkerchief, your fingers aching from the effort, and by the time you finished, you were practically shaking. But you were proud of the results. You didn't expect Bill to be touched. Notice you worked so hard, but when you handed him the handkerchief just before the duel, his eyes widened in surprise. "You made this?" he asked. "I figured, for luck. Or rub it in his face after you beat him. Whichever." Phil chuckled, his usually sharp expression. "Thank you," he said, his voice low. He noticed the small needle marks on your hand. "You hurt yourself." You quickly hide your hands. "It's nothing. I mean, I'm fine. Just a few pricks here and there." Bill's expression softened even further. He almost looked touched. He carefully tucked the handkerchief into his coat pocket, a small but genuine smile tucked at the corner of his lips. "I'll be sure to put this into good use." "You did swoon." "Well, maybe just a little bit." The duel was, in a word, ridiculous. The second melee strutted around like a peacock, his sword gleaming in afternoon sunlight as he swung it dramatically for the small crowd. "Prepare yourself, Chenefault," he bellowed, with his sword at Phil. Phil, on the other hand, looked utterly unimpressed. He barely glanced at the man before calmly moving his hand to you. "Hold this, will you?" You hold the jacket, trying not to pass out. How effortlessly grateful, even in the midst of preparing for a fight. The second melee struck forward with all the fitness of a drunken ox, his sword clashing loudly against Phil. For a moment, it looks like a real deal. Until Vil, with a single fluid motion, disarmed the man in one clean strike. The second melee sword flying into the bushes several feet away, a panic hump. The crowd gasped, and you had to stifle a laugh. It has barely been 5 seconds, and it was already over. Second melee stunned there, his head froze where his sword has been. He blinked twice and then turned bright red with embarrassment. "What?" Phil, ever composed, didn't even break a sweat. He shielded and gave the man a cold, dismissive look. "This duel is now over. Consider your demands for section." Now, kindly leave before you bear yourself further. You bit your lip, trying not to giggle as the second male leads. It was clear to everyone he has been uttered. The heron standing off the side, like she was struggling to keep a straight face. As the second male lead stumbles on, defeated, Phil turns to you for his hand. Shall we go? You took his hand, still processing. Easily he had won. You were amazing, you blared out, floating as you gazed at him. That was wow. Phil smirked, the corner of his mouth twitching with amusement. Of course I was. He then leaned slightly, voice dropping in a whisper. And I expect a proper reward later for defending your honor. Your face went beep red, and you were pretty sure you forgot how to breathe. Yep, you thought as he led you away, his hand in yours, surviving this trash might not be so bad after all.